Let me be honest with you and tell you something most people won't say. The core reason you cannot stop the relationship problems that you're dealing with, right? While you're not being a contribution towards the solution, is because you don't love yourself enough and you don't love your partner enough. The reason you can't seem to get it right is because you are not truly loving on yourself the way you should, right? Looking out for what's best for you, nor are you loving on your partner the way you should, looking out for what's best for them. And I know most will say, but I am trying, right? I'm trying to do everything I can. They're not working with me. My partner's the one being stubborn. They're not, willing to change this, that, and the third. They don't get it. All that stuff, right? But hear me when I say this. If there's an ongoing problem that just refuses to find a space of resolve between you and your partner, right? There's always a solution if you're willing to do what's most loving for you and your partner to get that solution. Even if the answer that brings about resolve is you and that person not being together anymore. And let me create some balance here. I don't want you to think I'm putting this all on you. Just because I'm saying, hey, you're not loving yourself enough or your partner enough, and that's why the relationship problems you are facing or you guys are facing aren't finding a space of resolve, doesn't mean that's just in your court. Your partner, most likely, is being a culprit of the same thing. Now, different strokes, different folks, different dynamics, different relationships have different balances as to who's putting more quote unquote toxicity or unhealthy patterns in the equation. But at the end of the day, it's all one unit. So if they're off, you're off in some way. If you're off, they're off in some way. No matter how much one person's more overtly in that direction versus the other person. If you're still in this relationship dynamic and the problems continue and they're continuous, right? Then you're both a problem in the equation to some degree. Now, why do I say if these problems persist, you don't love yourself enough and you don't love your partner enough? Well, because if you actually understand the true meaning of self-love for yourself, it means that you love you enough, you care about yourself enough, you have consideration about yourself enough, you're connected to yourself enough, in tune with your needs enough to only allow an experience around you environmentally and relationally that reflects the love you should be offering yourself, which is more of a nurturing, harmonious, uplifting, spirit-filling type of experience. So no matter who's causing the quote-unquote problems in your relationship or who's the culprit that's kind of put the wheels in motion, if you're still remaining in this relationship and the problems won't resolve or won't fix for themselves, then now you have to turn to yourself and say, hey, is it really a representation of really loving me to continue to be here if this problem won't find its resolve? Or maybe you are knowingly part of the problem, right? In the sense of, there's things you're doing that are contributing to the issues at hand. Then it's saying you don't love yourself enough to put the work into the self-growth for yourself enough to be better for yourself, which will then help your relationship be better because you'll be a better contributing partner to the relationship. And as a really direct extension of that, it's also saying you don't love your partner enough because you're not willing to get out your own way for your own benefit and for theirs. Meaning you're not willing to not change for them. You shouldn't be changing for anyone. You are who you are. But one of your core human needs is growth. So what you're saying, whenever you know there's things you're doing that are contributing to the problem, that you are consciously choosing to not grow for your partner and for yourself. And it speaks more to you prioritizing your ego, right? Want to preserve that, want to protect that. Or you're trying to protect some insecurity inside of you that you don't want to face. Either way, it's a lack of love around the board for everyone in the equation. And like I said, your partner most likely has a contribution to this as well. They're probably a culprit of the same thing for maybe different reasons. But ultimately, it comes down to, do you love yourself enough? And if you say you love your partner, do you truly love them enough to either decide that you want to grow on your end, right? Because look, people get so concerned with, hey, my partner's got to fix their thing and do the right stuff, right? But so often we forget our ability to create, right? When you show up a certain way consistently, you inspire the other person if they're truly there for the right reasons as well. Because look, You attract what you're in harmony with. So if your partner has a lot of issues, most likely you attracted them because you have some issues in your own regard. Maybe yours are not as overt as theirs, but they're there. So when that's the case, the better you start becoming and doing, the more it rubs off on your partner and they get inspired, right, to match that. Because I would hope we're being with people that even though we have issues, they're there because they actually do love you. They just might have some internal struggles and battles and growth stages to go through for themselves, but it's not for lack of caring for you. So if you truly love yourself the way you claim you do, like most do, and if you truly love your partner the way you claim you love them, like most do, then it becomes, all right, what am I willing to do for my own growth, to love on myself, to be a better me, and to be a better partner for my partner, right? Or it says this: if I am doing all I can and the best I can and the problems persist, then am I willing to show that I love myself enough to remove myself from a relationship that can no longer serve me? And look, if it doesn't serve me, then it's not serving my partner. So if I truly love them, right, no matter how much I do love them, if this relationship is toxic or unhealthy for both of us, because maybe we just don't match, maybe we come to learn that our values and principles are just on different ends of the spectrum. We thought they were in the same boat when we first got together. Chemistry and all that stuff was great. But now down the road, it's just not working. Then do you love them enough to walk away for their betterment as much as yours? That's what it truly means to love yourself and to love them. But notice, whenever you truly are doing what's most loving for yourself or for them, what serves you or what serves them, you both always win no matter what. Even if in the initial stages of you, quote unquote, both winning, it's a painful experience of you guys separating. Because ultimately, the healthy conclusion, the thing that's going to resolve the problem, will always be what serves you guys most. Whether it's a matter of you both evolving and growing to work together towards something, or you learning that you guys just don't work together and you need to grow apart. Either way, you get back to a space of harmony and peace when you're doing what's truly loving for you and for them. If you need help truly loving yourself and your partner to make sure you can do the self-work to be a contribution to resolving problems versus adding to the issue, or learning and finding the clarity that you need to walk away with confidence without second guessing yourself, either email or DM me coaching and we will get to work as long as you're truly ready to put the work in. Let's get it.